So I found an arbitrary code execution method for all-night EPON SMB that can be performed RTA. Well, actually I found two, but one of them is not ideal because it depends on uninitialized RAM. I'm just going to be showing the good one here first, and then I'll briefly cover the other one. It's not terribly precise. There's really only one part that requires any like frame perfect inputs, and it's just do the coin thing that you normally would with like 2J ACE, for example. But this is slow, unfortunately. You have to go get a bunch of coins, 95 coins before 8-4, and get a 1-up like the initial 3 creepios setups for 2J ACE. I haven't found anything better yet. Hopefully something fast will be possible RTA, but not sure at this moment. So to start off, you just want to jump frame 143 or 44 off this pipe. This is the earlier frame. You can also jump a frame later. Same as 2J, just to help normalize your position coming off this pipe. Then you want to hit this multi-coin block on the first frame possible. Release B mid-air so you get a walking speed. Jump up to the pipe, doesn't really matter how. And then just frame perfect B repress right here. That should set your coin X position to hex 60, and then just hit this block, go about the level as you normally would, make sure to loop, and the rest of this I'm just doing slow and safe, just to kind of showcase this here. You want to get the fireballs to point to 7-6F or a mirror, so 7-6F, F6F, 17-6F, 1F6F, all fine. I'm setting up the high byte here, 0F, and then the low byte here. So we have hex F, 6F, that's fine. And then this next part here is probably the hardest thing to normalize. I'm sure there's a good way of doing it. I just didn't make any attempt. This is just a low tad after all. Essentially what you want to do here is don't go too far. That blooper needs to stay alive. It's going to move over to you. So don't scroll too far. Don't deload it. You want to kick this Koopa shell to despawn it. Take damage first, though. You need to be small because you want to hit the invisible block and have a mushroom come out. If you have a flower come out, it's no good. You need the mushroom to set up an X position value for an instruction later on. Just kick that shell, and then what you want to do is hit this block, and you want to deload or unload the mushroom at a specific X position range, namely hex 1E or hex 1F. The way this works is that there's like a 5-frame range where the middle frame is bad, but the 2 frames on the left edge and the 2 frames on the right edge of the spectrum are fine. So it goes 1E, 1F, both good, 20, bad, 1F, 1E, both good. So that's what you want to aim for. I'm sure you can use like some like down plus right tech or something to sufficiently normalize this. I'm just opting for whatever. Also make sure to stomp that Koopa because you need a green Koopa Troopa in one of the slots to satisfy the conditions for loading the glitch object as you'd expect. So that's all the memory setup required like up to this point. And then at the end, all you really need to do is make sure you're holding A up left when you load the glitch object. Can just buffer that at the start of the room. Should form value 8A in controller 2. And then when you touch the firebar, you want to be holding just select, so you have 20, you're forming JSR 8A. And make sure when you hit the firebar, you're not at X position 112. Your X position needs to be a little less than 112 because 112 is hex 70 and that's a 2-byte opcode. It needs to be a 1-byte or 3-byte opcode. So just move a couple pixels to the left when you're hitting the firebar. And then if you're just holding select in controller 1, holding A up left in controller 2, you're good. It's going to load. And then after the loading sequence, you have the ending playout as you expect. Yippee. And then this other method here, this I wouldn't recommend for RTA because it depends on uninitialized RAM, but just if you want to know how this works. Basically the same thing up to a certain point. Hex 60 for the coin. Instead of 7-6F or a mirror, you want to set up 770 or a mirror. I'm just doing F70 here. And then with this method, you don't need to care about the power-up's X position, you can just have it be a fire flower. You still need to take damage to avoid a crash, but it can just be a flower here. Taking damage, whatever, waiting for the blooper to move. A little slow, but just an example. And then instead of holding A up left on controller 2, you want to hold A and up. So hex 88 instead of hex 8A. And then when you touch the fire bar, you still need to lose X position, but that's kind of done by these inputs here. You want to be holding A left and select. A little awkward, but what this does is set up the instruction LDX immediate hex 88. And this removes the need for the power-up's X position to do ACE at the cost of requiring that RAM address 198 and 1B4 have non-zero values, which isn't guaranteed because SMB engine games do not clear those memory regions. So you're kind of at the mercy of the console or emulator you're opting to play on. If you're playing on like Meeson or Mister or whatever, you can do some sort of fill FF to get this working, but this probably shouldn't be allowed for leaderboard submissions because it's dependent on uninitialized RAM. I figure that's not good. Like this isn't gonna work here in this task because I have it filling uninitialized memory with 0, and that's just going to cause a crash. But trust me, if you do have those RAM addresses be non-zero values, this will work. And yeah.